They get to choose the problems to be researched. They get to choose the methodologies in which you research those problems. They get to choose whether or not data sets are kept, how they're analyzed, or if they're shelved, or if they're thrown out as irrelevant. The scientists, the engineers, and those who fund and support them get to choose how the information is applied to our daily lives. They get to choose how we assess the effectiveness of those technologies. Just think about what that means. It means if we don't have the full perspective of what's going on in the world, we may lose things. So for example, I went to medical school at Cornell, right, over in East Manhattan, and this was years ago, and we were in medical school. They used to talk about breast cancer, and the treatment, of course, the treatment of choice for breast cancer back then was a mastectomy, and then very frequently you would dig out the lymph nodes and other things. It was very disfiguring, very uncomfortable, had a lot of impact on a person's life and their health. It wasn't until you had more women in medicine that we started doing lumpectomies, where you just remove the lump and then you do radiation. That's the treatment of choice now. I also remember back then when they used to talk about testicular cancer. I just remember people saying, well, you have to be very thoughtful on this. You can't just go off cutting off stuff, you know, you gotta think about this. It makes a difference who's involved. Do we use a certain combination of minerals to propel a bullet or to create a beautiful fireworks display? It is our ambitions, it is our thoughts, it is our fears that actually compel what we want to do. And so that's the reason why it's so important that we have a full representation. People in November said that we are so excited because for the first time we had such a diverse Congress, right? We had elected a diverse Congress, and everybody was really excited about it, and it almost seemed like it was a nice thing that we had done. But the reality is it wasn't a diverse Congress, it was a representative Congress. More representative, which is what we were supposed to be doing all along. Why? Because it makes a difference who makes the policies, the process, who has the thoughts. Because as Will and Errol Duran said, the future never just happened, it was created. So, now we got that done. Why space? Why is space important? You know, why are we right here at this time talking about Apollo 11 at 50? Well, you know if things have changed because we never would have written it that way back in the 1969 and stuff, right? But we're here now, 50 years later. And I want to discuss that.